everybody. It's Belinda from Belinda's Book Nook, and I'm here to do a Friday Reads. Oh, it's Friday. I'm so happy it's Friday. I'm always happy it's Friday. I am. I don't know a Friday that I'm not happy about because I'm just loving the idea of a little break. So, catch you up. Well, confession first. Let's get this all out of the way because my progress has slowed this past week, but it was not purely just because I was being lazy or anything. Remember I told you guys, I don't know, a month ago that we were going to, I have raised beds, we were going to take those down, we were going to hire a contractor to come and put a nice outdoor patio for us, and my husband is going to rebuild our raised beds and kind of create like a garden room, and we were going to put all this stuff, irrigation and all that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Did all this research, like I said to you. I contacted the guy that we really liked to contract to do the patio, and the process was held up. I don't know if I even told you guys about this part, but the process was held up because they couldn't get a hold of, because I wanted to do a circular patio. Apparently circular patios require a kit, and all the kits were in back order and blah, blah, blah. And so weeks and weeks kept going by. My deadline slipped to where I wanted to have this done earlier. And finally, we came to an agreement and found some stones that he could do something else for me. So they're supposed to come this weekend, but guess what? Mother Nature has other plans. It's gonna rain the whole weekend. So that's off the books. But what has taken up my time this week, and I was hoping to kind of make headway in a couple of books that I would have on my list for this month, is that we decided to also, we have a really large deck that's screened in and everything, and so we wanted to repaint it and rescreen it. Doesn't sound like such a big project. When you look at it, when we took all the furniture off, I was like, yeah, this is doable, right? That has turned into another project that has spanned, and now we also are dealing with weather coming up. So now we have rain coming tonight, and we are on the rush. That's why I'm dressed like this today. This is my painting clothes. We've got one coat down on the floor. We've done all the railings and everything else looks great. Now it's just the floor. We had a mishap and picked kind of a too light a color for the floor. So now we're gonna try to get one, maybe two, but I don't think so. One more coat of the color that we want on the floor this afternoon. And then we're gonna move the furniture back on because it's gonna rain and it's a mess. So we're like racing the clock. So each day I've been trying to get back to my books and it's just not happening. Like specifically can't even talk. This lovely month, this is my schedule, bicycling with butterflies, which I'm very much enjoying. I had set a schedule last Sunday so that I could finish it by today. It has not happened. Every night I go sit down and try to make it to the goals of what I've set so that I could do it, and it doesn't happen. I'm like snoring, so yeah, so that hasn't happened. I'm at 100 in. I have about 150 maybe to go, 160 to go. I'm gonna try to crank through some more of it this weekend and hopefully get it done before the 1st. I would really like to clean off my list so that I can start June 1st clean, because I have so many things that I want as options to read, and I hate having the previous month's books hanging over me when I'm trying to get excited about new books. So we'll see what happens with this. I am enjoying it. I'm really liking, it's interesting hearing the process. You think about her riding the bicycle, but you forget about all the logistics of where she stops. And the people are like being so kind and allowing her to stay with them on her journey, each location. And it's just fascinating, that it's lovely to hear about the kindness that's out there. So sorry, I put that back because it's covering the pretty book. So this one I'm hoping to finish, because this weekend is going to be a washout. We would still have to move remove the raised beds I have this weekend. If it was going to be good weather, they were going to do the patio, and we'd have to remove the ones that are there, which would require work, which would be time that I would not be able to get to this. So I think this weekend I can really get to this one. And I hope so, because I'm really excited about getting that one completed off my list for Springathon and for May as well. Now, I told you guys last time in my last, if you did watch my video on my book chat, which I'm still feeling a little reservations about, but I was just being honest with regards to Liberty and Leave the World Behind. Yeah, and correction, Liberty is not the debut novel of that author. I misspoke. It's actually, I believe, her second novel, so it's not a debut book. I kept saying that, and I thank you. I was corrected, and I'm glad. Now, Leave the World Behind, they have adapted it. They're going to be adapting it Netflix for a film, and Denzel Washington is slated to be in it, as well as Julia Roberts. I think that both of them could play the characters well in it. I just find it weird because the guy's name is Denzel Washington, and Denzel Washington will be playing, I believe, that character. And so it's kind of funny. You know, he'll be playing himself and referring to himself because it refers to the Denzel Washington, the real one. So I want to see how that plays out. I'll definitely check it out. But the more that I've read after I did that discussion, like, you know, the author's intent in terms of not giving us details of what was the catastrophe that occurred that led the couple to come back to their home. He wanted to leave it open for people to interpret it the way they want. What is their worst nightmare? Rather than spell it out for us. I get that. I just still am not sold really on the book. I just felt like it kind of went on and on, but it did cover topics like, you know, just like the other book, what did I say? Such a Fun Age. I think that was the name of the book that I was referring to, that I read 2 years ago now, I guess, right? Or last year. It does cover, you know, all of these isms, and it covers all of the biases people have, you know, and they don't even know that they have. So you hear that through the characters. So yeah, that was explored. But for me, it was like, it's not new. So I didn't feel like, oh, wow. For me, I didn't find anything that I learned out of that. So, you know, it was just kind of a rehash. So anyway, I'm not going to keep talking about it. So done with that. But just letting you know that Netflix is adapting it. Now, speaking about adaptations, I also talked to you guys last time about the adaptation of The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. And that's on Amazon. It was last Friday. I watched the first episode last Friday, and let me tell you, it was very, very hard. I did read the book. It's not like it's a surprise what's going to happen in the adaptation. But you know, I was so tense through that whole episode, pretty much. And I think the acting is really done well so far. I'm really liking the lead actress in it and the lead male actor. I think they're doing a great job of their characters. But I watched the first one and I had to take a breath. I watched the second one and I had to take a breath, and I'm now getting ready to start the third one. There's 10 of them. So I'm hoping I'll get a couple more of them in this weekend. What I realized about myself is there's certain things you can binge and certain things that are not binge-worthy, or not binge-worthy, are harder. This is hard material in this book, and they're translating it visually, and it's hard to see. And so I feel like, you know, you get re-traumatized when you see things like that. So I had to take a breath back. My husband started watching it with me, and he was feeling, you know, the same reservation as well. And I feel like I'm going to see it through the 10 episodes because I did read the book. I do know what happens. I want to see how they do handle all of it. But I may have to take breaks in it. It's just, to be honest, it's not something you could sit there and binge, because you really have to take a breath from all of the violence and injustices that are just laid bare and before you, and the inhumanity of it all. So that is there, but it's a forewarning to everybody that, you know, it might be something that you have to take your time with, as opposed to just whiz through them. That's my experience. My sister also did the same thing. She's like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, I have to see it through. Just like I read slave narratives and I read stories about slaves and I read about history. And I think that, you know, it's hard, but it's something that we have to do, you know? So there's that. Let's see. And then, you know, Liberty, and I finished this one, the Into the Planet, which I'm gonna probably do, maybe I'll do a little book chat on it. It was very good. The one that I'm really sad that I haven't gotten to, and it's not gonna happen because look at the date, is the Extraordinary Insects one. I really want this one. I started it and then I started these others, and so I was like, I don't want to read 3 different books at the same time. And so I put it aside. I am totally going to read this one. I may put it in June. I may not. Like I said, I have so many options, and it's my birthday month. So I got to read beach reads. I got to read fun stuff, some light stuff, and I'll read some heavy stuff. But I'd love to read this, but I won't say that yet because I want to see how that plays out. So I have my my birthday book wish list here. Some of these books that I have ordered, and you know, I've been very good. So instead of waiting until my birthday or right before my birthday, I decided, I think last week or the week before, that I was going to start ordering them. The ones that I wanted, I knew I definitely wanted to get now, and some I might get later. I'm going to order them, and I'm just going to put them aside. I'm not going to play, look, feel, touch, nothing until I do my birthday book haul. Yeah. So it's been very hard because as the books come in, at first I was going to leave them inside of the boxes, and that was so too much temptation. So what I devised is I have these little bags, and I say bags because there's books. And I have been, when I get them, I take them out, and I really try not to take pleasure at all in the cover or the feel or looking at it all. I stick them in the book, and I have them in my office, so I'm not looking at them. But I can't wait to look at them. And my husband laughs. He says, oh my God, so, you know, because usually what we'll do is pre-COVID, we would go to a bookstore, and I would just pick out what I want and take it home. And that's my haul. And sometimes I might order a couple things, but because of this, I have ordered in my books, and he's like, what are you gonna do? Like pretend like, oh my God, I didn't believe I got this when your birthday comes. And I said, no, I'm not. But I will still have that feeling of excitement because I haven't read them, and I have them, and I get a chance to look and feel and touch. And, you know, the tactile thing of books is great. So I have these bags in my office, and as the book's been arriving, I have been putting them in there. So I can't wait. So when I get to that list, and I get to that, and I think about what I want to read in June. And June also is Caribathon, which is the 9th through the 14th, and Read Caribbean, and that is from the 1st of June to the end of June. And I am planning on reading Caribbean books throughout the whole month as well. So in addition to that, I have to figure out which books I want to, you know, I recently hauled Sunny's new book. What is that one? I can see it. It's actually on the floor over there. Summer on the Bluffs, and Stacey Abrams' book. Now I wanted to read that in June. So I have to finagle. Some things will get pushed to July or August. But I'm going to figure it out. And that's all the fun in it too, right? So this one will definitely get done. I want to get this done this summer. That's probably my goal. And then other things for the Springathon, I had, didn't I have another one? I did. I thought I had another one that I was reading. I had another one that I started, but I know I'm not going to be able to finish it. So I'm going to bump that till later as well. That was an ebook. And then I've got a couple of graphic novels, and I finished one, and I am almost finished with another one. So it's actually been a pretty good reading month. You know, I didn't finish everything that I wanted, but I also picked up other things that I hadn't planned on, and I started reading them and really enjoying those. So we're pretty good shape, and I'm looking forward to my birthday month. I'm debating. I told my husband I'm going to celebrate me the whole month, but he's like, maybe why don't you celebrate it till your birthday, right? So I may end up doing that, and then you know, releasing the rest of the month to what Father's Day, etc. But that's it. I just wanted to check in with you guys. What are you guys reading this weekend? I'm going to be playing catch up and trying to, like, you know, finish the stuff that I have. I also have been working on updating my journal. I'm hoping to show you by the end of June everything caught all the way up, because I have the month before last, I have a couple holes in it. Last month I did pretty good, and then this month I haven't written them in here yet, and I don't like to do that. Like, I've already finished some books and I want to write them in here, but I will get to it. But I would want to do a video. It will just be me showing the book. I don't know. Would you rather, let me ask you a question. Would you rather me talk about it and hold it up like this, you know, for you to see things? There's nothing to see on the page, so I'm showing you. For you to see things, or would you rather I do a video? I can do a video shot down so you can kind of see, like, you know, and I can kind of just move through the book and tell you about it while I do it, and do it that way. Let me know which one of you guys think would be cool to do, because I can do that. I can shoot it down and just kind of go through it. I thought that was what I thought of in my head, because you don't need to see all this. This is what you want to see. So I may end up doing that and figuring out, you know, when to do it. The key is to get the rest of these reviews in there, because I hate to have a lot of empty pages in there. And that's good, because it's pushing me to kind of get on it. Other than that, I am fine. A little scratchy allergy throat. Got my water here. I'm okay. I'm going to go paint, because we have to work with daylight and rain. And pray first that the rain doesn't come until later, and then pray that next weekend is sunny so I can get my patio. I got all of they've delivered all the pavers. They're sitting in my rear driveway and waiting for action. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Let me know what you're reading. Bye.